Absolutely gorgeous weather out there. It certainly felt like summer, and it sounds like the ocean is slowly starting to warm up, which is a great thing for local surfers, including yourself, Sean.
Yeah, we're talking about some interesting water temperatures out there, Beth. Right now in Southern California, from northern San Diego County up through Orange and LA counties, the water is more like August. So it's actually starting to warm up a little bit, and that's going to play a little bit of cat and mouse with our fog, our marine layer, and I'll show you that in just a moment. And I apologize, Santa Barbara just went offline. I can tell you, though, some of our other downtown sites are still in the low 70s, so it's a beautiful day across the board. Winds are fairly mild. We do need to keep an eye on them, though, because as they blow onshore along the central coast, say Santa Maria, San Luis Obispo, down through Lompoc, and then again in Ventura, they tend to come off the ocean, so you feel the nice cool air coming in, a sea breeze, if you will. But as we head into Santa Barbara, though, and Gaviota Pass and those areas down all the way through, say, the Rincon area, the winds are tending to be a little bit offshore. That also helps to keep the marine layer just a little bit at bay, which is good news. No one really wants to see the fog that much, so it's kind of nice that it shows up a little bit later. On the radar, we are seeing some activity out there coming in from the ocean. A stronger onshore flow is expected the next couple of days, and that's why we are going to see more of the ocean influence. But as I mentioned, as we head farther south into Southern California, there's something interesting going on, which is as we watch our fog tracker really thickening up the marine layer, which is very typical this time of year, you'll notice it's a little spottier as you head farther south, and that's because the ocean temperatures, well, you kind of need a cold ocean. And the reality is right now is that it's actually up near 70 degrees in a lot of areas from about LA southward, and that's sort of prohibiting the marine layer from getting really thick in Southern California. So the good news is you might see less fog, and it's also, again, looking a lot like, say, August almost. So it's like a late summer routine, which is unusual. Maybe El Nino is definitely going to start to work its way in across our area, and we can keep our fingers crossed for more rain next year. Now, overnight tonight, definitely no rain out there. A lot of mid to upper 50s along the south coast. Again, the winds can really help to keep the fog at bay in this particular part of the world, the south coast, if you will. It looks like, though, the central coast, kind of a slam dunk for a lot of fog out there expected. So therefore, a little cooler tomorrow in the afternoon highs right on the beaches. Inland areas still pretty good, but definitely a lot colder than, or cooler, I should say, than it has been, where we've been in the 80s and 90s around Paso Robles, back into the upper 70s. But that will change, though, in that 7-day forecast as we start to see high pressure filling in later in the work week. So again, temperatures in Oxnard, Camarillo, and Ventura, very seasonal, if not maybe slightly cooler than normal for this time of year. And again, there's your forecast for tomorrow. Areas of AM fog and some breezy winds. And of course, then we're going to start looking at that ocean in just a minute. There it is. Not a lot of surf out there, kind of a mixed swell, wind swell, and as well some southern hemisphere energy. And the water temp, about average of low to mid 60s. There's your forecast temperatures for Santa Barbara. We'll start to warm things up after we get to this little spurt of fog by the second half of the work week going toward next weekend. Everybody should start going back up as we expect to see a little bit less of the marine layer. And we'll go ahead and stop on Ventura. As you can see, San Ynez back solidly into the 80s. And as well, Ventura, Oxnard, those beach communities, just like everybody, should start to see a little bit more warmth as we head toward next weekend.
Okay, great. And I think the USS sailors are really enjoying this weather.
Good,
yeah, they don't want to leave tomorrow. Okay, thanks. Well, the Obama administration will unveil a plan Monday to cut Earth warming